What's up, guys? So, in my 5 years in this business, I've been able to trade a couple of pairs, and one of the pairs I've come to a good point with is GBPJPY. So, why do I enjoy GBPJPY? I think for a couple of reasons. I do like the volatility on the pair. The pair is a bit straightforward. You get your losses and you get your winners, which is the probabilities of the market, because I'm not the one pushing the market. Other participants are pushing the market, but it's a gem, when you're able to see what's going on in the market and you're able to take action. So I've created a strategy that really works for JPY, and it's been really performing. So I've been able to, make a lot of payouts and, pass a lot of funded accounts, because I'm seeing, trading funded accounts at the moment. So I'm going to show you my I'm going to show you my journal on GBPJPY, so you can see GJ, 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 GJ. So you see there's a lot of wins in between, a lot of losses and break even. So let's see, I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the numbers just keeps going on GBPJPY. So I'm also going to show you in this particular place. So let me check the accounts. Let me see my funded accounts on GBPJPY 160. So let's go find 160. I'm gonna refresh this. So the basic of this video is going to be showing you how I trade GBPJPY. I'm going to be breaking down everything I do on GBPJPY, so you can see firsthand how I trade it and how you can also trade it. You can learn from this if you do want to learn from it and take advantage of how I see the market, and you can also reflect it on your particular trading style. So I think it was 160. I saw 160. So let's go to 160. So my master accounts, I'm gonna go find 160. Come on. Okay, let's refresh this. I think I need to refresh this. Okay, so let's go find 160 on the master. Why is you not moving? Come on. Compact view. 160. Yeah, this is 160. So at the moment I'm currently 0.4% profit on this particular account. I think I've been able to make my average range, my win rate is about 60%. My profit factor is about 1.69. That basically means for every trade I take, I think 1.69, risk to reward higher, like my IR. So let me check my calendar. So I've had a winner here, a winner here, 2 losers. That's in April. I took 2 winners, 2 losers, and 1 break even. Then in March, I think I took 2 winners, 2 losers, and 1 break even. Can you imagine? So now let's go to the main bit. So I think I've taken about 10 trades on this account, 6 winners, 4 losers. I've made about 306 in profits. That's $306. So this is the numbers here. I think I've made about a couple of payouts on this particular account. So this is just one of the accounts. If I go to FTMO, let me sign in. While this is working, I'll just come back here. Let me find on that account. So let's see. Okay, let's use 269. So if we come and find 269, that's the phase 2 account, practitioner. Come on, load up, load up, load up. What's going on with the Wi-Fi? Something's going on with the Wi-Fi. Something's going on with the Wi-Fi. Okay. It's coming up. So this is going to be a little bit of a long video, so pardon me. So get ready. I'm going to be, really putting you through how I trade GJ, what I look out for, and everything in between. So this is still loading. Well, this is GBPJPY. I'm going to give you first off a base on what has been happening for the last 1 month. So there's a lot to cover. I'm going to be giving you a base of what has been happening for the last 1 month. I'm also going to show you. I'm also going to back test maybe like 4 or 5, trades, so you see what it feels like to to take a trade on GBPJPY. So man, the Wi-Fi in this place is not doing it for me. It's not doing it for me. Okay, while that is loading, so let's come to here. So if we go to the weekly time frame on GBPJPY, let's do the monthly time frame. So the last month, this is the candle that closed for the whole month. So we have a rejection candle, the whole month closed this way. So I was able to take advantage of this particular situation because of my knowledge of GBPJPY and also my knowledge of the market. Because in this particular point, we have a high here. This has not been broken since 2008. So these are the things you need to pay attention to when you're trading. So like the highs, which is resistance and support levels in the market, are mostly respected. So they are. This is far back at 2008, and when we came back here, we also had a rejection. So I was able to make a couple of trades in between there. So let's do a quick top-down analysis. So on the monthly time frame, last month closed the rejection. The couple of months before then was rejection, rejection, rejection. So it kind of looked like this particular level is holding, basically. So if we come to the weekly time frame, we can see we have another rejection on this particular level. So this is a full body, not a half body candle close, but like it's engulfed the other candles that has been existing. So if you don't know what engulfing candles are, you can just go on Baby Pips and figure that out. Okay, yeah. Before we go back there, we're able to find the account. So this is 269. On this particular account, so in May, I'm not taking any trade yet. So let's see April. April I've had 3 trades, 1 big winner and 2 losers. Let me see. There was nothing in March. So this account I just recently passed it. So I was trading a challenge account. Now I've moved to phase 2. So the challenge account will be gone. So to be archived. So this is what we have here. So there's a couple of accounts I've really, done my bits with. But well, let's go back to the breakdown on GBPJPY. So you can see we have a rejection. You can see this particular candle, this particular line here is depicting the monthly levels I drew out already. So you can see how price has rejected from there. So we had an engulfing candle here. So if we come to the daily time frame, this is us just analyzing just 1 month in general. So if we come to the daily time frame, you can see a massive candle shot down from that particular area. So that basically tells you like the higher the time frame you go, the more respected the levels are. So let's say we're on a daily time frame. The daily time frame levels will be respected, but as compared to the monthly time frame, it takes a whole month for a monthly time frame candle to really do its thing. So if a level is held in that particular and a monthly time frame level is held, it's very very much important for you to pay attention to it. So if we come to the 4 hour time frame, so this has been what I've been talking about is just top down analysis. So I'm bringing it from the monthly to the weekly to the daily and to the 4 hour time frame. So in the 4 hour time frame, we have this particular play. I was looking to sell here yesterday, but this particular move happened in New York. What's it called? In Asian session. I don't trade the Asian session, so which is all good. So let's go back to this particular area around here. So this particular area here, this is where the monthly rejected. This particular place really taught me something. Give me a second, please. This particular place really taught me something because in April, price was bullish and we're moving to that particular area. That is the monthly area. So I was like, I didn't expect price to really breach trades because for price to breach a resistance level or a support level on the weekly or on the monthly time frame, we need like serious momentum candle, like a news, like maybe there's a major news that really breached the area. So it was really slow. I was looking to sell. I think I sold on the 4 hour time frame. I got stopped out. But the next trade I was supposed to take, I was really busy at work, so I wasn't able to, pay attention. That's why, one of my major goals is to be able to trade full time. So, but for now, we are thriving, and we are, putting one foot in front of the other to be able to achieve the goals we're trying to achieve. So, but for now, so let's get back to the chart. So it took, I think it was the last day of the week. You can see here clearly that on the 30th of April, you can see here on the 30th of April, we had a change. So it basically means that a whole month candle can be bullish, and while still trying to respect the particular resistance level or the support level, on that last day of the month, the whole thing can change, basically. So on that last day, this is 30th of April, the whole dynamics change. You can see that prior to that, if I use my bar replay tool, prior to that, price was really, really bullish. And on that last day, which is the 30th of April, we had this, and boom, the whole thing changed. So you need to really respect the higher time frames a lot. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't take your trades, because whilst I was still trying to respect I knew about the higher time, respecting this particular level, I was still buying on the M15. So I took a lot of buys in this particular play. Okay, not here. I took a lot of buys in this particular area. Let's get this. Okay, let's just keep it. I took a lot of buys in this particular area, and there were a lot of banger trades. So let me go check this place, and I'll show you some of the trades I took on the higher time frame. We'll get back on the chart, but I'm just trying to show you. So these are about 4 trades that I take profit. I took some stop loss, and I also see these are 7 take profits in a row, then 4 losses, then 3 take profits, another 4 take profits in a row. So let's get to the charts, and let me show you the trades I took that were winners. This is still loading. The Wi-Fi is not good in this place where I am today. I don't know why. Wi-Fi is not giving. So a lot of winners were taken. While they are loading, I'm going to show you when they finish loading. But while they are loading, you can see that on that last day, price changed character and everything fell short. So that basically just represents how to come down from the higher time frame to the lower time frames, and to be able to make your decisions either on the smaller time frames or wherever you choose to make a decision. I do trade the 4-hour time frames, the 4-hour time frame and the 15 minutes time frame. So whichever of this particular time frame, you can make your decisions either way. So let's get back to breaking down GBPJPY. So remember I said this particular place was a monthly high, changed, and you can see on this particular level here, if you choose to sell, which I was looking to sell, but price moved Asian session. So I don't want to be waking up midnight to trade. So it's like me changing, my mechanical system. I only trade London overlap and New York session, and that's okay for me. Whatever I take within those periods is perfectly fine by me. And why do I do that? I do that because that's where the highest volatility in the market really, really works. So for GJ is an Asian session pair, like is a JPY pair. So it's an Asian session pair. So moves can really happen Asian session. But from my experience, a lot of moves still happen London session towards New York. So which is fine by me. I can, do that. I can take trades within those sessions. So now let's get to understanding how to trade a pair. So let's say I come to the market. Let's clear this off. Let's say I come to the market now and I see this. To the layman, this doesn't really mean so much. This is just a bunch of candles. But to me, I have meanings that I've read, like, I have meanings to these things. So why do I have meanings to these things? So the meanings I have to these things are, part of the things I've learned time and time again, and things I've seen time and time again in the market. So when you come to the market, first thing you want to do is go to the higher time frame and look at the picture. You don't want to just come to the market and don't know where you are in the market. So it's very important to know where you are, because whatever you're doing in the market is the story you tell yourself. The way I'm seeing GBPJPY on this particular place, everybody is seeing GBPJPY on this particular place exactly like this. There's no, except maybe the brokers giving different information, but this is how everybody's seeing it. So I make decisions based on what I know. I make decisions based on the picture or my definition of what the market is. My definition and your definition of the market are totally two different things. So our perspective, are totally different. But you know, it gives you. Well, everybody sees the same thing. Basically, everybody sees the same thing. So it's about what you choose to see in the market and you take action on, which ensures that you trust yourself to be able to take action on your ideas, because I would not want somebody else to give me a trade idea, because I can do it myself. You get what I mean? So it's a trust yourself kind of business that we do here. So you come to the monthly time frame, you look at it. For me, what I see right now, I see price rejecting this particular area. So I'm going to come down. I don't spend too much time here on the monthly time frame, because it takes a whole month for one of these candles, either of one of these candles or this candle or this candle or whatever of all these candles to create. It takes a whole month, so I can't be wasting time on this particular place. All I need to do here is just to see the bigger picture. That's all. So I'll come to the weekly time frame now. Now we are getting into business. So I come to the weekly time frame. What do I see on the weekly time frame? I still see us. Sorry, I still see us rejecting this particular line here, which is the monthly high. But overall, GJ is bullish on the weekly. I need you to get that. So why do I say it is bullish? So when price is bullish, we move like this. We create a high, we create a low, we take out that high, come back down, we create a low, we come back up, we create a high, a low, a high, a low. Market is not always smooth like this, but look at this, just look at this and look at the market. Don't dare look, almost the same. That's basically how the market moves. And the reverse is the case, for, can I reverse this? No, I can't reverse it. The reverse is the case for selling. So we move down, we create a low, we move down for more momentum, for more, sellers to come into the market, and it keeps going and it keeps going. That's how a downtrend is created. So for us to have an uptrend, we need to keep breaking higher highs and higher highs to create new lows for new buyers and new sellers to come in, and the picture continues playing. So here, this is what's it called? This particular on the weekly, this market is bullish. So from my recent explanation, you can see that price has been moving, creating a high, we have a low, we created a high, we have a new low, we created another high, and we're probably creating a new low around here. Make sure you pay attention to the word we're probably creating a new low. It's all a probability. So but now we have ascertained that we are currently in an uptrend on the weekly time frame. So I'm going to use red to depict that. I'm going to change this place so we're not confused here. I'm going to change this to, let's say, yellow. So this is just depicting the monthly resistance. So this is going to be the weekly. So we created a new high. This is the low before the new high that was created. So this particular level here, on this particular place here, we're an uptrend. So if we come to the daily time frame now the same thing we did on the daily time frame, you can see that there's more noise on the daily time frame. So the same thing we did on the weekly time frame to ascertain whether we're an uptrend or a downtrend. It's the same thing we're going to be doing on the daily time frame. So now let's find out if we're in an uptrend. So if you understand with me from what I drew before, that this is what an uptrend is, we need to create new highs, create new lows. But anything that makes us break a low, it's a change of character already, because we have sellers push down the market to break this low. So we should be expecting a new low here to keep selling to the bottom. So this is basically what it means to change from an uptrend to a downtrend. So if you look at this, if we pull this like this to this point, you can see that this looks similar to what I just drew. So let me take this out the way and let's use this particular bait to draw the whole thing perfectly. So you can see that, let's say from here, we were in, let's move from here. So this is back in February 2026. So we went up. This is us creating a high. We went up, creating a new high around here, came back down, created an equal high, price came short. So we've changed character. But when we change character, price created a new high. So altered the character that was changed. Price created a new high. Let me take this out. So up, down, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. At this point, we have an equal high. Price came short. So when we have an equal high, it's a resistance. Price will fall down just for a bit to gain momentum. If the buyers are serious, buyers will keep pushing the market. So in this particular pair, buyers were serious in this market. So buyers took out this high around here. So we created a new high. We had a new low. We created a new high. Now, what did the market do? This is the daily time frame, remember. What did the market do? We created a new low. A new low that took out this particular low around here. Pay attention, please. That took out this particular low around here. So, with what I've explained before, using this particular description, we have changed character, and at the moment on the daily time frame, we are bearish. To me, this is my perspective of the market, and my perspective of the market works for me. I am showing you this so you can learn and use what works for me. It probably might work for you. So now we've changed character. So I'm going to make here green. So I use lines to show me highs and lows that are broken or created. So I'm going to make this green. So the daily is going to be green. So we now come to the, see, that's how we do it. So we have done the weekly. We know the weekly is bullish. We have done the daily is bearish. So you can see even from here, you can see that it has created a low. We might have this as the lower low for us to create a new, as in lower high for us to create a new lower low. Pay attention to that. So if we come to the 4-hour time frame, the same thing that we did is what we're going to do here. So, but on the 4-hour time frame, it's a lot of candles, so we have a lot to do. So remember, we went bullish, created a high, a new low, created a high above here, a new low, a high. Then we had an equal high, price came down a bit. Remember, equal highs, resistance, price will come down short. If the buyers are serious, we continue going. Remember, see again, we came a weak equal high, a little bit of short, sells, and we created a new high, a new low, and a new high. Price was bullish up to the point of April 30th, 2026. So on that day, we created a low. Also, okay, we created a low. See how much of a low we created. We breached all of this move that price has created on the daily, on the 4-hour time frame. 2 candlesticks just changed all of it. And why did that happen? That happened because on the monthly time frame, we had a reaction, and nobody in the world was willing to buy GBPJPY above this particular high. That's what basically it means. So we had a new low. We have created a lower high, equal high around here. That's what I was looking to sell, and we might be creating a new low. So let me come to, I use my line chart to have this clearly, so you can see on the line chart it is much more clear. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are bearish. So let me see, did this create? Yeah, a little bit more. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are bearish from here. So I'm going to make this black. So just as we are together here, I've been able to show you a top-down analysis from the weekly. So the weekly is bullish, the daily is bearish, the 4-hour time frame is bearish. So I'm going to write that down. So weekly, bullish, daily, bearish, H4, bearish. Let me increase this so you guys can see it a little bit more clearly. So weekly bearish, weekly bullish, daily bearish, 4-hour bearish. So as a trader, all I need is two time frames. When two time frames are aligning, basically means if the weekly time frame and the daily time frame is bullish, I'm bullish. If the weekly time frame and the 4 hour time frame is bullish, I'm bullish. If the daily time frame and the 4 hour time frame is bearish and the weekly is bullish, I am bearish. I need two time frames in my favor. So at the moment we have the daily time frame and the H4 time frame is bearish. So if I go to the M15, all I'm looking for on the M15 is, sorry, this is the M15. All I'm looking for on the M15 is bearish signs for me to sell, and I've done my part. Why I say I've done my part is because all I've just explained here is just a description of what I see. That is the story I tell myself based on my, my experience in the market and based on what has worked for me. Somebody else might be looking at this because in this market, what we do is we buy high, we sell low. This particular point that I'm looking at a high that I want to sell high here and take my profit on the low here, this could be somebody else's low. So that's why probability is very, very important in the market. I could be seeing this as a high and somebody is seeing it as a new low because price was a high here, came all the way low to this point, and somebody might be willing to buy it. So that's what it means. But I'm showing you what works for me, so you can take this and use it if it works for you, which I expect it works for you because it works for me. So that's basically the top-down analysis on GBPJPY. So now what I'm going to do for the sake of this particular example, I'm going to go random and we're going to do afresh. I'm not going to do what I'm seeing here. So let's go and clear this. If you have any question, please don't forget to drop it in the comment section. I'm willing and available to, to be of help and to clarify a lot of things. So I'm going to go random and I'm going to do something fresh. So before I do that, so this is the trades I've taken on GJ. This was a winner. This was a winner on the uptrend. Remember when I was talking about the uptrend back then? So I'm going to go random on GBPJPY so we can do a fresh 5 trade test and see how it works. So let's go. This is random here. So let's take a random bar and random. So price has taken us all the way to June 2010. I don't want to do 2010 because we can't access the M15. You can see there's no historical data on M15. So I need us to be able to trade the M15. So I'm going to, let's do the 4 hour. Let's cancel this. Let's cancel this first. We're going to do random again, but I'm going to do it from the H1 so that we can have access to the M15 candlesticks. So back to random, select a random bar. So it took us to November 2015. Are we able to get, okay, no data. Okay, what I'm going to do again, let's do something smart here. So I'm going to go M15 first, then select random from here. So we can do something. So it's taking us to February 2020. So now we're going to be doing 5 backtest session on from February 2020. Me and you can see that this is random. So I'm going to be putting my strategy to test on just 5 trades. Whatever the result is the result of this backtest session. So like I said, first thing, you go to the monthly time frame. You don't really need a monthly time frame, honestly. It's just for you to get a better picture of what's going on. So I'm going to go weekly. So on the weekly, I turn on my line chart and I'm going to see what's going on. All I'm paying attention to is what is going on in the now moment. Trading in the now moment is very much important. So what is going on in the now moment? So at the moment, I can see that we have been creating highs. We were selling before, but like how I've explained, double top here, created a low, a lower high, a lower low. Now we begin to change character. You can see we're changing character. So at the moment, for me, on the weekly time frame, we're bullish. So we had a high from here to this particular point here, and we have not created a new high above it, or neither have we created. We have not created a new high above it, neither have we created a new low below this. So this is going to be bullish on the weekly. So on the daily, let me see. On the daily, we have from here, we went bullish, came back down, took out the structure. So we've just been, consolidating to an extent, but we are bearish from the look of things here right now. We're bearish on the daily time frame because we have been creating a bit of lows. So the daily time frame is bearish to me. So I'm gonna put the bearish sign here, and I'm gonna make this green. So this is what I do every day. I have to, break all of this down to be able to make informed decision. So for the 4-hour time frame, I can see, let me go to the candles so I can see this clearly. So we have been pushing up, came back down, created a low, creating a low below here. When I created a high, a low, and we took out this high. We have not taken out this low. So this is bullish on the H4. So remember what I said, I need 2 time frames in my favor. So we're going to do the weekly. The weekly is bullish. The daily is bearish. The M50, the H4 is bullish. So since we have 2 time frames in my favor, I'm going to be, going bullish on this particular session of this test. So I'm assessing the H1. The H1 looks bearish to me because when we pushed up, came back down, a little bit of a high here, came back down, and we've been bearish. So as soon as we take out these particular highs around there, we're bearish. But we have 2 major time frames that are bullish. So I'm going to go to the M15 now and see the M15 is bullish. So I'm going to be looking for buys on this particular session. So let's see how it works. So at the moment, I'm looking for buys. If I see buy opportunities, I'm going to lock in. So it takes a lot for me to build up a trade idea. It really takes a lot. So these are the things that, as a trader, you need to pay attention to, or when you're coming to the game. So let's see. So now I'm pushing the candles. So this is 14:30, which is New York session. I've seen an opportunity here, but first off, I need to vet the opportunity. So this is not looking good for me. So I'm not going to buy this because when I pull the fib, we didn't get up to to this 50 extension or the 61 extension. So I'm going to leave this alone and see if we have something. You can see that price didn't go anywhere. That's not because of my prediction or whatever it's called. This is just what price decided to do. People decide to sell from up there, and they are probably selling from here. So let's see. I'm still looking for buy opportunities if I see one. Nothing yet. So this is a new day, 6:45. So let's see if we see something good enough. Yeah, there's a buy opportunity around here. I'm going to be putting my stop loss just a little bit around here. So why am I buying? I'm buying because from this push phase here to this place here, we're resting on the 61 extension. So let's see how this works if we get 1 to 2. So I'm gonna speed it up. Boom, take profit. So on this particular place, I should have scaled in because there's still an opportunity to scale in on this particular price around here. We should be making our second trade for the session. There's an opportunity. The same thing, I'll pull my fib from here because I've already broken even. I'll pull my fib from here and we're resting on the 61 extension. Why the 61 extension is just an healthy pullback, basically. So I'm looking for a 1 to 2, and there we have it. We have a 1 to 2 on display. So we have a 1 to 2 on display. So we have about 3 more trades to take. So let's see how it goes. So we have to go back to the 1 hour time frame to be sure where we are in the market. You always need to be sure where you are in the market, because a lot of things can change very quickly. So we're still very much bullish on the 1 hour time frame and bullish on the M15. So let's see how it goes. So I'm still going to be pushing let's push the candles quicker and see if we get something. So people are going to ask me, why am I not taking trade opportunities here? Apart from the timing, because this is midnight, apart from the timing, it's not looking so good. So I'm waiting for my time, which is 6 in the morning. Where are we now? We are in 6 in the morning. So if I see an opportunity, yes, there's an opportunity here. I'll be buying around this high here. Put my stop loss right below this week around here. And put my stop loss around here. I'm going for a 1 to 2. That's a TP. Honestly, this is a good session. We can see this is random. This is a good session. Sometimes it's not this good. Sometimes I could take these 3 trades and are all losers. So I'm just being very, very realistic to you about how the market works. But my system works on the market on, in a span of trades. If I take 10, 15 trades, I average winner, around, a series of trades. On every single trade, I don't know what is going to happen on any single trade. But over a series of trade, I average winners. So this is 3 for 3. So let's see one more. I'm actually looking for a loser. So it looks very real. I don't want it to feel like, oh, it's some easy peasy kind of thing. It's not easy peasy, please. It's not. This takes work. So this is 215. I think I might be interested in buying here. I see 1, 2, 3 rejections here, and this is still New York session. So I'm willing to buy around above here, and let's see if price does go. So this is a loser, which is good for the plot. So now I need one more trade and we can call this off because the video is already 37 minutes. So let's find one more trade and see if we can get something solid. So we're back 6 in the morning. Nothing here. Let me see the 1 hour time frame. What's the 1 hour time frame saying? The 1 hour time frame has changed structure. So we are bearish on the 1 hour time frame, but I think the 4 hour time frame is still very much bullish, is it? Yes, the 4 hour time frame is still very much bullish. So I'm still bullish in this market. So I'm still going to be looking for buys in this market. Yes, I'm going to be buying around above here. I'm going to be buying around this level here. I put my stop loss to cover. Yeah, I'm going to cover all of this low. Yes, I'm going to cover all of this low, just 32 pips. The pips don't matter. All that matters is you get your 1 to 2. So let's see. And boom, this is a winner. So you can see that this is it looks very easy, but it's not easy. This took me years to be able to come to this, to get this working. So out of 5 trades, we're able to take 4 winners and 1 loser. Sometimes you could take 5 trades and you lose 5 trades. That is what probability means. Sometimes you could take 5 trades and you win 2 and you lose 3. So basically, but the system works. That's what matters. That's what matters. The system works. So on this particular play back in 2020, if this is real time in 2020, this is going to be 4 winners and 1 loser over the course of 5 trades. So that's how I trade GBPJPY. Just take your time, study the material. It's a long 40 minutes video. Study the material, understand what I've explained. Write me on the comment section if you want anything or you need clarity on anything. I do have my course where you can come in, join the course, and I'm going to show you even much better because I can't really teach you everything in just a quick 40 minutes YouTube video. But this is what it is. So if you're risking, let's say you're risking $1,000 per one of these trades now. I'm doing 2 hour 1000 x2, 1000 x2, that's $4,000. Another $1,000 x2, that's about $8,000, and you lose just $1,000. So that's how the business is. So you need to first of have a system that works, understand the plots, understand your own story. What is my own story? It's all that matters is your story of the market. So what is my own story? What is your story of the market? Then you make your decision. So that's going to be all for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and we'll always be here to give you the best we can. So for now, cheerio. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.